short. That's a real disadvantage. Can you see me over there? I knew it. You'll have to just hear me. Wow, what a turnout. Do they have any extra chairs so they at least can sit? I want you to know this is the beginning of a brand new year. What's our New Year's resolution always? What is it? To lose weight and to what? To get healthy. You know, I'm not skinny. But I'll tell you what I am. I'm 125 pounds down since 5 years ago, and I've kept all my weight off. Now that is something, because it isn't so much losing your weight. What is it?
Keeping it off.
It's keeping it off. Do you realize I'm a diabetic? I was on 125 units of insulin, 4 shots a day. I was taking 16 medications. I take no medications now. I still take 10 units of Lantus a day. But take a look at me. I'm 60 years old, and I am healthier and happier than I was when I was 40, being diagnosed as a diabetic. Let me tell you something. I have looked for answers. The answers are these. You must have a product that you can stay on for a lifetime. Say that with me. A lifetime. That means the Metafast that I tried, I couldn't. I could not. I couldn't eat another soup. I couldn't eat another one of their shakes that were so sickly sweet. I couldn't do it. Weight Watchers, I blamed it all on how complicated it was. There's 4 elements that make it successful for you. It must be nutritious, it must be delicious, it must be economical to fit into your food budget so it counts as a meal, and it must be convenient. If it isn't convenient, you will skip it and not do it. And I'm telling you, I am walking, living proof. Today I had my shake. Every single day of my life, I will have at least one shake. And oftentimes too, if I've picked up weight. I'm going to tell you secrets how I've kept it down. I am wearing a size 8 St. John knit. That isn't a small person. But let me tell you, I've lost so much fat on my body. I didn't show my picture, but there is a picture of me that I look very similar to a whale because I have on a visor that looks similar to a fin. And I was in Hawaii, so I had on a muumuu, which made it even worse. But I don't show that picture anymore because I don't relate to that. I'm 5 years past that and a lot healthier. Okay, everybody take out your piece of paper and pencil. I hear that you're going to have to stand there and do it, Paul, because they were supposed to, the guys, I'm blaming Jeremy, I'm blaming Paul, I'm blaming Jeremy.
You're not blaming me, I was there.
Oh, you were doing the Reno meeting. Okay, there you go. This is you. Welcome to the Healthy Chocolate Symposium. As we travel around the country, people are going to be educated on why this study worked. It was a study that you will be reviewed with Dr. Kennedy later. Let's talk about, oh, you've already seen her.
Could you go over those 4 one more time?
Nutritious, delicious. You have to want to eat it all. You have to want to eat it. Economical and convenient. You need to learn in this meeting those 4 elements because so many people say, oh, that's so expensive for a meal, $4.50. Well, you know what? I gave up fast food, McDonald's, all that stuff, and I prefer to look like this. Nothing feels or nothing tastes as good as thin feels. I got to tell you that. And more importantly, I run, I ride horses, I round up the kitties, I play with the bunnies, and I have a life. I did, but when I was packing that much weight. Okay, let's first of all, why you're here is because it took us 1.5 years to get to this juncture, which was a study. In that study, there was 50 participants start. The length of the study was 12 weeks. Average weight loss was 31.4. Did you see the gentleman's picture here? He has lost 60 pounds in 11 weeks. So what does that tell you? That the average weight for men is usually a little more. But in the study itself, it wasn't. Women lost as much. In this study, our people over 50 lost just as rapidly as our people that were 20. Now, what's the first thing you hear about when you get over 50?
It's harder to lose.
It's hard to lose weight. Not true. Not true if you're filling your body with polyphenols, which Dr. Gordon Pedersen is going to explain to you why it works. You know, it's so great to know that it works because your body is working for itself. If you just don't quit eating the polyphenols, you'll stay thin. The minute you give up on the elements that I'm going to talk about tonight, you're going to regain anything. You have to know that this was a lifestyle intervention using chocolate. But what a way to go. Really. Chocolate and polyphenols do two major things. They cut the appetite and they cut your cravings. How many of you eat because you're starving to death? I also teach you about a hunger chart. Do you eat because you crave? How many of you are sitting at night saying, oh, that sounds good. Ooh, that sounds good. And then you ask yourself, are you hungry? And you've got to learn those triggers. And I know that this, please, tonight, just wash your head of all the weight loss that you've heard about, because I've been there with you. I've been there on all the different weight programs. All I'm asking you to do is eat chocolate every day that's high in polyphenols to keep your weight off. I'm going to make you be stringent in the first months of losing the weight, but I promise you, you are looking at one of the most unhealthy people, whoever she is. Anyway, that existed, seriously. 125 units of insulin is a lot of insulin. And I was trapped. How many people kind of feel trapped in their body? The minute you start losing and feeling better, you lose that trapped feeling, and then you're back in control. The circumference of the waist was the only measurement that the doctors wanted. Why? Where do the main organs lie? In the circumference. Where does men usually gain their weight? In their belly. Where does women gain their weight? We're either an apple or we're a pear. I was an apple. Just round. Big. Round. All the way around. Our participant retention was 100%. What does that tell you? No one dropped out. What does that tell you?
They liked it.
They liked it. They stuck with it. And that is what's important. When they had me get 50 subjects, I almost passed out. I said, 50 subjects to babysit? And you know what they said? You will lose 1/3 within 3 weeks, then you will lose 1/2 within 1/2 the way through. You'll be lucky to finish with 25%. And we finished with 50. Okay. Okay, the calories, write this down because it'll integrate in the program. You're going to, the study itself, so I can clarify, can everybody see me or hear me, or you can write, you don't need to, okay, because I'm with this audience right here, the ones that need to lose weight. 100, I'm with you. I've only just adjusted to being able to go. I still go to either the maternity, this is true confession, either the maternity section or the 1X plus 2, 3, 4X. I still cannot believe that I can slip on a size 10 jean and wear it. I know, you know what I mean? I'm getting there though, I'm getting better. I go shopping with my beautiful daughter and then we do it together. Okay, 190 calories and write down across 56,500 ORAC. Write this down. Every day, if you want to lose 20 pounds or more, you must have a score of 100,000 ORAC. So you can sit here and do the math and know that you're going to have at least 2 shakes, that can count, a shake and a cookie, that's almost there, and a piece or 2 of the chocolate. The rest of it you count in your calories, and you're eating normal, and you're doing all that, but you have to eat 100,000 ORAC, and Dr. Gordon Pedersen will tell you why. You gotta give your body a break. You gotta start getting rid of the free radicals that clog your body up so it won't lose. When you say you can't lose, it's the truth. You couldn't, if you knew how inflamed your body is, you would see why it can't lose. And that's all we do is cut inflammation. That's all I'm working on, is cutting inflammation so your body can do its job. You can see how close the calories are, so these are rotation meals. So let me tell you, we're going to talk about the shake here in a minute, but in fact, I'll make one in a second. The shake is what was in the study. I did not have the meal replacement cookie finished. However, you can see that they both carry very high ORAC scores. If you are craving a chew, you know, we call it the, what's the program you guys bake and shake and bake, where if you want to shake it or you want something that's baked, a cookie. Did we bring cookies to test? Oh, perfect. Okay, and then you can rotate those two. Is there any questions? Because I'm racing through this. So this is 1 to 2 meals a day, right? A shake, a cookie, 2 shakes. Whatever turns you on, do it. Do you know what I mean? I prefer shakes at the beginning, and I'll tell you why. They cut my appetite so dramatically. Do you want to know, in the reporting of the 50, what was the #1 complaint when they talked and reported to the doctors? What do you think it was?
They were full.
They never were what? Hungry. The hunger goes away. When you're feeding your bodies tons of polyphenols, your appetite goes away. And don't you dare violate the agreement that you eat exactly your calories. The metabolism has to be able to work with enough calories. You will be full. You will stop craving. And you'll think, oh my gosh, this is magic. And I mean, you won't crave the crap. Reese's peanut butter cups used to make me sing in the shower. And that's all gone away. You just have, that is so great to have that gone. And even if I think I need to taste one, it's not nearly as good as I thought it was going to be. Although ours is really good. Anyway, let's go. Oh, I'm in charge of my own slides. Okay, here's the program. How to use it. Replace 2 meals with a cookie or a shake. Eat 1 sensible meal. What's a sensible meal? Oh, guys, you should be all so tuned in on this. How many of you have ever been on a diet? Raise your hand. Oh, come on, bigger than that. Don't make me be the only fat one in the crowd. Okay. It's protein, fruit, vegetables, and you know what? You're going to have a hard time getting your complex carbohydrates, brown rice. Everything is about you counting the calories. I'm not over looking at you, but you need to eat about 600 calories in that meal. And so you make sure that you get, that if you're going to eat pastas or breads or anything, you just make sure you count the calorie and that you eat as complex as you can. You will not need a lot of fiber because I fill you with fiber in both the cookie and in the shake. And we'll cover how your body's going to have a reaction to that, possibly, if you're not a fiber eater. We'll have you, Johnny Quick, stepping in the back. Okay, anyway, eat 2 to 4 X Power Squares or equivalent calories of other healthy chocolate. I picked the X Power Square because why? It's the highest of what? Polyphenols. So you take that, if you are the least bit, and I'm going to give you a few hints, you can go over your calories if it's with my product. You cannot think about anything else you could dream up. You just go suck a Power Square or suck a nugget and your appetite will drop. I promise you, if you will do what I'm telling, you will look like the man who I've never even met, who started 11 weeks ago all on his own without even being at a symposium. Okay, the next thing is 200 to 250 protein snacks. Okay, for appetite. Okay, now what's a protein snack? We're gonna go through that. Would it be string cheese? Actually, cottage cheese. Love cottage cheese. I swirl a little of my active on it now, but cottage cheese. You could cut up a pear and count 1/2 of the pear in cottage cheese. You can have, I love celery with peanut butter. I eat peanut butter, so depending on that. Women, write this down. You must have 1,200 calories a day. This is not 1,000 calorie or a 900 calorie. There's some really popular diets out there that range from 700 to 900. Absolutely not. In fact, when I take you back into maintenance, I'm going to up your calories every single week till you find where you start gaining, and then you know your optimum calorie consumption. But if you will eat, I'm going to say it again, if you will eat polyphenols, you will not be hungry and you will not crave. Anyway, the men eat 1,500 calories. Exercise 20 to 60 minutes 3 times a week. Now, do I want you to join a gym and put on the, whatever those tights are? By the way, just so you know, I got all jazzed up the first time, well, probably 5th time that I was going to go on a weight loss program, and I got myself a pair of those sweatpants in a 3X. You know, nobody looks good in sweatpants in a 3X. And I went into the gym because I thought, oh, I got to join a gym, man. I got to join a gym so I can get in the group. I walked in and I didn't even know they made those kind of things. They had spandex with these things up the back and all this stuff, and I went, you have got to be kidding. Who's going to stand behind my butt? And I want you to know that's a true story, and I know that's how we all feel. I mean, I tell it like it is because I've been there. I've done it. So I went and joined Curves. Now, I want you to know that every time I pushed on that machine, it enveloped my ears. You know, the one that came, because my legs were so heavy, they just kind of came up and, well, let me tell you, week by week, it started to work. And then pretty soon, I was chugging the chocolate, I was doing my thing, and it took me 2 years to lose that 125 pounds. But let me tell you, forget that part. I am almost diabetically there. Dr. Kennedy says I have to be stable in my weight for 4 years if I'm a diabetic. And so it's so great to think I've almost conquered it. And you know what did it for me? My shake. I'll tell you right now, I regained 22 pounds. I called Jeremy and told him I was going to slit my wrist so he find someone to replace me as president, because I couldn't go out on the road because and I said, I need my own shake. What am I doing? Because I was buying Costco stuff. You know those big bags at Costco, and you can buy all the, Metafast. I went on Metafast trying to get that last 20-something pounds off. And you know what I ended up doing? Develop a polyphenol shake. And that was it. I had that weight off, and I've kept it off with that shake. Okay, so are you going to exercise at the gym? Not unless you want to have them see your butt. That's it. Do I want you to walk? How about getting a pedometer? And just walk. Build your steps up. Walk, walk. You could get a glide. My husband, by the way, my husband has taken off 70 pounds and has kept it off. Marty's thinner than he's ever been. And he can heft the hay up to the horses, and he's 70 years old. So I got to tell you, there is something to having a healthy body. And especially, you know, you're all young, I'm old, so it makes a big difference when you feel good. So I just want you to do exercising 3 to 5 times a week. You're going to have accountability sheets, by the way. You're not walking out of here without being accountable. You want to know that was one of the most successful part of the program. And ask the doctor, talk to the doctor. You're not going to believe it. The ones that are going to go on program are also going to talk to Dr. Kennedy every single week. And me. And I'm deaf to talk about, or with, if you're getting your weight off. But it's actually very good to have accountability, and you'll be broke into groups. Okay. Okay, this is a no-brainer. How many of you drink water? You know, I'm really proud of all of us. We've quit being such a Coke guzzling society, and we've gone more into drinking water. I want you on these 12 weeks to give up something. What do you think it is? Soda pop, any kind. Go to Crystal Light, go to water, go to your teas. Well, in Utah, not many people, but go to something that does not have carbonation. Are you taking down notes? So you drink about one, I just go with the 8 glasses of water. And I gotta tell you, when you get up in the morning, I'm gonna give you a secret. Do you know how you get up and you think you're hungry? Would you like to know, in all the testing and all the bariatric doctor in the symposiums that I went to there in Las Vegas, do you know what they said in the morning? You're very rarely really hungry. What are you? You're dehydrated. If you didn't, your body is dehydrated. Would you like to know, between my anti-aging, now I've never had an eye lift, I've never had a lip lift or a puffed up or a whatever they all are, or a, yeah, no Botox. Look at this. Do you know, between the water, the anti-aging, and heavy polyphenols, I've lost my wrinkles. My crow's feet, those lines that were across my forehead, I'm telling you, I go, give me some more of that stuff. Anyway, okay, so make sure the water, you're dehydrated in the morning, drink 20 ounces. I gotta tell you, if you'll drink 20 ounces with lemon in it, it is a natural diuretic. You've heard this before, but drink the lemon. And I drink Splenda because Splenda for me has been a godsend being a diabetic. And it's derived from sugar, doesn't have the chemicals. So I use Splenda to make it taste like lemonade. Oh my gosh, it's like, whoop! I mean, I love that in the morning. Once you get drinking that, you will crave it. That is one thing you'll crave. I'll give you my routine later. Get enough sleep. How many of you know that sleep affects weight loss? Do you all know that? Gee, this is an educated group. 7 to 8 hours without question, and you have to check off a box to tell me you did it. So just know that sleeping is as critical to your body. Why? Tell me why. Just yell it out. You rejuvenate, rebuild muscle, and burn what? You burn fat. You burn fat. That's what you do when you're laying there and you have enough rest. You get tired, you don't get enough rest. What do you do? What do you do? You overeat. You eat. So get a schedule going on this program. Increase your physical activity. We already did that. These are the 6 elements that were done in the study. Eat 2 to 3 healthy snacks. Lean protein. You know what I love? I like to grab a piece of that turkey, and I put a tomato in it and a little piece of basil. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. But more importantly, the nice part is, I want you eating 2 to 3 hours apart. I don't want you to be eating one big meal, sit down at 10 o'clock at night. I want you to graze just like a cow. I have lots of cows and that they graze. And the more they graze, the healthier they are. If I just threw them into a field, they would bloat. Well, that's what's going to happen if you don't graze. So what's grazing? Your lemon water in the morning, your shake at 9 or 10 in the morning, or whenever you feel like it. Grazing would be a couple hours later, you suck a piece of chocolate. You'd have a cup of coffee if you want, or tea, or herbal tea, or whatever it is that you would do. Then what you can do is you want to throw your cookie for the evening with a cup of tea, or coffee, or water. Let me tell you what you need to do with every cookie. It has 8 fiber in it. And what helps fiber activate in the body? Fluid, water. So make sure you drink at least 8. If you can handle 16, then do the 16. The cookie will fill you up. I never, ever, ever eat it all at once. I cut it into 6 pieces, half. I cut it into those and I just eat it. And let me tell you, it's chewy, it's tasty, it's chocolatey, and eating it with water will fill you up. By the way, there's brochures that give you all of these. Tracking your success, I can't tell you. Where's one of my journals? Do I have this right behind here? I'm sure I do. It's not moving. Okay, there it is. Weekly tracking sheet. Okay, when I went, by the way, before I developed this program, I joined Weight Watchers to see what Weight Watchers did. And I really liked their point system and all that. The problem is I found that I used my points for all the wrong things. Does anybody, do you know what I mean? If you're familiar with Weight Watchers, when you're on a polyphenol diet or a chocolate diet, it's totally different. Because if you're not craving those things, you don't think of those things. I'm zapping your body real strong, almost like with electrical. I can't wait till you're on in a week. And you go, I can growl, I can move, I feel your joints. Did you know inflammation accumulates everywhere in our body? This will, all of a sudden your back won't ache, your knees won't ache. Even, we say, oh, it's because I'm heavy and I'm carrying around this big belly or these big, and I didn't lose that much up there, and that was a real bummer. But anyway, or your bahootie or whatever. But let me tell you something, it is not so. Inflammation plays as big a part in that as anything. So the tracking sheet, let's just go through it. It just tells you your goal weight. I want you to write your goal weight in there, and then you just basically, it's a no-brainer. Meal 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a week's worth. How much did I drink? And you know what? How many of you know that if you will track, you will lose? How many of you don't realize that you just ate the whole refrigerator if you don't have to write it down? And I mean, some of this is just common sense. The only magical key that I have is polyphenols. Polyphenols. The things that cut the inflammation, which you're going to be educated about. Anyway, there's 1, 2, 3, here's all your days. This is a tracking sheet, so make sure you get a tracking sheet. And I think we're running promotions with everything all locked up into one. Here's a journal, a 12-week journal. Oh my gosh, that baby is, I cast that in gold. Because once you hit 12 weeks, you can hit 24 weeks. And then you can be 5 years later, and pretty soon you've conquered something that just works on you nonstop. Nothing is worse than taking your body up and down and up and down and up and down. Can you imagine the blood vessels that have to be made, drop, made, drop? That's, wow, I just got red lipstick on here. Okay. Okay. I mean, I look like I had kissed this guy. This journal, don't walk out without a journal. I promise you, you'll have full success. You got to go the whole distance, exactly that was in the study. 50 people started and what? 50 people finished, and they've continued to lose. Be accountable. Now, this is going to get tricky because this is a lot bigger group than what I thought I was going to have. I need to have you get in groups of 5, which is going to, when we do breakout at the end, I need for 5 of you that are friends, be in a group. 5 of you that aren't even friends, you'll become best friends. And you be accountable is a huge thing. You build relationships, but you also save each other, you know, as you're ready to jump off the ledge with a hot French sundae that you don't even want. Because that's what's going to happen. Then they just talk you off the ledge, and you just didn't put it, I mean, having 5 people talk, email, chat, share recipes, ooh, my butt's smaller than yours, you know, that kind of stuff. That will keep you, I promise you, you'll be lifelong friends. We've now been 16, 18 months into this, and we have lifelong friends created that were in the buddy system. Be aware of hunger. How many of you have ever kept a hunger chart? Well, good girl. A hunger chart is what? 1, I do not want to eat, I'm stuffed. 2, I'm satisfied and full. Comfortable, neutral. Slightly hungry, here's where I want you to eat. Do not follow this chart and only eat when you hit 4 or 5. Okay? I don't want you to take yourself anywhere near here. Nowhere. Because why? Because you'll make bad choices. So I want you to know the minute I was slightly hungry, I had boiled eggs. Oh, now I love deviled eggs. I'd make me a deviled egg, and I'm telling you, 2 deviled eggs, piece of celery, woo! And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a diet. But you know what? When you aren't craving, when sugar isn't driving your appetite, they taste wonderful. I want you to know that I've even jumped off the cliff. I jumped off it, I gotta confess, on a boat just last month.
Yes.
I was ordering up 3 desserts at a time because I kept saying, this one's gonna be the one that tastes good. This is gonna be the one that tastes good. And guess what? Some of them did, and I gained 4 pounds. I mean, I'm telling this is true confession, but you know what I did? You know what I told you, that it's something you have to be able to go back to? I started on the shake the minute I got home, and I lost. Dr. Kennedy says it all the time. Don't hold your weight more than 2 weeks or it's permanent. Lose it within that 2-week period, and you got it off again. And I have lived my life that way, and it kept my weight down. So 4 pounds, I didn't go into shock. I didn't continue to eat Honey Nut Cheerios and all that stuff. I went right back to my shake, and by Friday, my husband gained 7. That's only, he was at the ice cream bar. So anyway, we both lost. If you come up here one more time, Paul, then you're in trouble.
You want to keep broadcasting?
Yeah, or, okay, yes, then come up. Go jabby or whatever that jabby stuff is. Anyway, I gotta tell you.
75 people are watching you, Jeanette.
Oh, out somewhere else?
Look right in that camera and say hello to them all.
Who?
75 people from
From
Australia, Europe, all different
Oh, they
areas.
winked and well, hello! You see this? Look. Wrinkles gone. Belly's flat, you know. Anyway, where am I at? I kind of get off track. You have to have some humor, or you get flatlined. So what you need to do, so how do you keep within the 4 or 5? Eat every 3 hours. Does that mean you have no chocolate in your purse and no snack in a Tupperware? You know what I mean? You have to be prepared, right? Okay. All right. I'm giving you all the keys to why 50 people went on a study and have kept a sensible meal. Why a sensible meal? Why eat 600 calories of empty calories? Does anybody know what empty calories are? Kraft macaroni and cheese. That's empty calories. Brown rice with a piece of salmon with a little sauce on it. Whether it's I like Yoshida. I like just a little because it gives it a pop. It's not a lot of calories. But anyway, I'm not going to babysit you on this one, but you count those calories. You put it in that journal. You be accountable. Because guess what? You want to feel good. Who in this room wants to feel better than they're feeling today? Raise your hand. It's a good feeling. Okay. Shake it up. Should we shake it up? We have way too many. We're going to barely make one shake. Who's in charge of the shake? It's not me. Because I don't know how to use this big machine. So who knows how to, what is this? I use a bullet. Who has a bullet? Okay, let me tell you how slick that bullet is. That thing, you just put that water in, you just put that 2 scoops in. Huh? Oh, is there a bullet? Oh, I like it a lot better. But we have to make for
This is industrial grade for all these.
Okay, let's make one. Well, here, let me do my bullet. Okay, every morning I get up, this is not the right size cup, the bullet. I have to have the big one. No, those are little. This is a 1 scoop bullet. I'll make a 1 scoop. This is handy. See? Muscles come way to go. Okay. Okay. 8 ounces. Okay, someone's going to pour it and I'm going to talk. 8 ounces of water. Just guess that I don't measure anymore. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, now. Okay. No, we're not going to be able to make the straw. We're going to have to go into this industrial. Okay. 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 Level. Okay. Do I make it heaping? No. Your polyphenols, your antioxidants are measured with a flat scoop. So it must be flat. Oh, how am I going to do this with this itty bitty cup?
I doubt.
Okay. Any other hosts watching, get the big cup for the bullet for the next meeting. Okay. All right, here we go. This will be chocolate. Yeah, well, I don't know. Where's your eyes? Okay, here we go. Did you bring Splenda? I'm a Splenda freak. Okay, that's all right. Then they won't. You'll be able to taste it with less than one half gram of sugar. Isn't that swell? I'm a sweetaholic. Who's a sweetaholic in here? I'm a diabetic. Does diabetics crave sugar? Are you kidding? I can eat a whole bag of wintergreen lifesavers before I say how do you do. Okay. Every single morning I do this without fail. Poor Rachel, she hears her dad and I. This is what keeps my weight off right here. Okay, now, this is funky because it didn't get any of the slushy eyes. Oh, this cup is wrong. Okay, let's have a big one in there while I serve. Let me see if it tastes right. I'm not serving it unless it's too, okay, here. Because it has to be icy. Okay, I make mine like a freaking fudgesicle. I have it down. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. I'm not going to be able to serve all of these, so let me see. Who's gonna go on product tomorrow? Because you know that's how you have to commit. Who's going on product tomorrow? Raise your hand. Come up. You can have a cup. Those that are going on tomorrow, come up. Those that want to think about it and stay chunky, stay sitting. No, seriously, you got it.
Well, the other chunky half of it. Can't make decisions.
Oh no. Okay.
That's why
I want you to wait. You got to tell me. This has it has 0.5 gram of sugar in it. There is no sugar in it. Why do you think there's no sugar in it? Tell me. Why do you think I made it so natural? Diabetic friendly. Doesn't stimulate. You know what stimulates your appetite? What is it? Sugar. Hey.
You put 1 scoop in 8 ounces.
I put in 2 scoops in this 8 ounces, but I didn't get all my ice in. I make it this big, and I eat it with a spoon. I put mint in it. I mean, you can't believe it.
You want Jared to make a big one?
Yeah, I'll have to make a big one with ice. Oh, we can do the peanut butter in the big one. Well, let's do the strawberries in the big one. Okay. Okay. Now, whoever drank this, take the mic and tell me what you think. Does it taste like it's 21 protein isolate?
It tastes
That's
wonderful.
Okay. There it is. That's why you'll repeat it. Pass that mic around real quick.
It's good.
Here's to you.
It's really good. Thank you.
Isn't that taste like a clean product? Does it taste like protein? If you've ever been a protein drinker, oh, this is a heavenly blessing. Okay, let's go.
It's great.
Okay, this is 16. Okay, we're gonna let me do the math. Because then I keep talking and they can drink. Let me just tell you how creative you can get on these sites. Show love. You can have show almond. I got recipes for you tonight. Okay, now what I need you to do is put in, that would be 2, 4, 6, 8 scoops, and the strawberries and some ice. And I do the mic. How many do you like? How many of you liked it? Well, let me tell you, when you start drinking it, and there is, if you want it less chocolatey, put a lot of ice in it. Because it is, you got a lot of raw cocoa in there. And you've got 21 proteins in there, and it's protein whey isolate, totally different than that's the best protein you can have in there. Has 8 fiber. How many protein drinks have that kind of fiber? Do you know what fiber it is? It's cocoa husk fiber. An apple. Do you know that? Do you want to know how I get them? The beans are thrown into a big thing in Europe. The husks fly up, the beans drop. I take that husk, I used to throw it away, I grind it. Grind it into a very fine powder. And I make your cookie out of it and your shake. What do you think of that? It's so good for you. Anyway, how you doing over there? Yeah, throw it for everyone. It's I throw in about a half a cup to a cup. Strawberries are your least calorie fruit. Did you know that? Then you go to blueberries and everything. So you can probably throw that whole thing in. Yeah, that's be fine because that's going to serve up. That's 4. Yeah, that's no more than. Okay, now you got to grind that sucker down. Here, and then put some ice in it. Okay, and then we'll serve it up. Let's keep going. You've got to hear about the poly. Okay, shake it up. Oh, here's alternative snacks. Pea pods. How many like pea pods? They're good. Okay, almonds. Do you know how to make an almond joy shake? You're going to get a thing. Okay, here it is. Almond milk. How many of you have ever used almond milk? Oh, it's fabulous. Almond milk, and what's the other milk? Rachel, you like it. Soy milk, rice milk, any of those. Just count it in your
Calories.
Yeah, and there's the almond milk. It's like 40 calories. So almond, then I do 2 scoops of chocolate. I do a tablespoon to 2 of unsweetened coconut and 12 almonds. I beat it up. Oh my gosh, it's like an almond joy. Who likes almond joys? I used to. Okay, how you doing over there? It was too full. Oh, see, bullet. Easy. Okay. All right.
Blend is great too.
Huh?
Blend is great.
Is that good? Well, see, I just do the easy bullet because I travel with it. You know, I never ever, and I'll give you a hint, don't ever put your blade in your carry-on. They seize it. When I got off the plane, I made the distributor take me immediately to Costco and get my bullet repaired. Okay, am I still hungry? Drink more liquids. Here's the obvious. Add 1 more X power square. If you get to 1,200 calories and you want to eat something, suck an X power square. Add the 30 calories onto it. Add 1 more X power square. Add 1 more shake. Those that think they're hungry, remember what most of the time you are. Thirsty, drink a shake. I would drink it natural. If you're hungry, take it on natural. Don't add a bunch of stuff into it if you're just trying to cut that psychological, I think I'm starving to death. That's just nothing more than your water. By the way, you drank that first one with water, wasn't it good?
It was.
It was, I mean, so you don't have to have a lot. Include more vegetables in your diet. By the way, I always say include more vegetables and fruits. How many of you in here ate today 8 to 10 fruits and vegetables? Raise your hand if you did. And you're probably the thinnest one in the room. Stand up. I mean, literally, that is, she's one in this whole crowd. And what? Oh, did you? Well, guess what? Most people don't eat fruits and vegetables, and that is why I feed you chocolate. And that sounds funny, but if you look at the charts, and I believe it's up here, Dr. Pedersen will be covering it. The #1 ORAC antioxidant in the world is what? Raw cocoa. What's in your shake and what's in your cookie. What's the #2?
Acai berry.
Acai in a freeze-dried state, not a processed state. The next one is dark chocolate. So we're giving it all to you. Okay, frequently asked questions. Will I be constipated on this program? Probably not. Most of you are not used to that much soluble and insoluble fiber running through your body. You may even have a little bit of loose bowels. But guess what? Endure it, because it goes away. It's just getting your body basically detoxified, or whatever they call it. Okay. I've experienced some gastral upset. Same thing. Get over it. Get over it, or cut your go down to 1 scoop in your shake and do 4 shakes. Did you hear what I just said? Take your shake down to 1 scoop, but you gotta get in 4 of them. So just space it out. Once again, space it out. By the way, it takes me 30 minutes to drink my shake. I make that baby so thick and ooey and gooey. I just been doing that. You know, have you ever gotten that high antioxidant berry mix at Costco? Oh, it makes a fabulous shake. How long does each weight loss product last? I showed you. Do not round it. I want you to flatten it. You know, remember how our moms used to show us how to do flour? Same thing with this. It lasts you 28 days or 1 month. If you are on a faster program, I'm going to be really honest. If you'll do 2 shakes a day, you'll lose your weight faster. You can just, ours lost an average of 31. It lost, I think it was 2.6, 2.8 pounds a week. And if you want to do that, then you need to be eating 2 shakes or a shake and a cookie. You've got to do 2 meals. Otherwise, it'll be slower. Can the shake be mixed with anything else? Yeah, absolutely. Low-fat liquids, all that. By the way, have you ever seen that diet cranberry, you know, that all those ocean spray diet things? Those are fabulous. They're 40 calories, and they make so good with ice and the chocolate. Okay. There are recipes. Here's some of them. The X Factor, the Show and Tell, Showcase, the X Monkey. Here is all the, where are the weight loss? Who do they get that from? Lori, oh no, you don't have to pass it now. But we have these shake recipes for you. So if you want to walk out with a variety of shakes, go ahead. Don't remember though, what do you have to remember? You have to add the calories. So the secret is you keeping track of those calories. No, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait, let's do this cookie. Who else is going to start on the program tomorrow? Anybody? Okay. Tell me what you think. The little crispy things are whey, if you can believe it. I use Whey Crisp. Okay. Anybody else? Tell me what you think of that chewy little devil. Okay, pass that down and get a few on that side. What do you think of that? That is chewy. It's got, can you tell it has fiber in it? You can tell that it has a lot of cocoa in it. How do you like it?
It's really good.
So she's speaking for all of you because I can't cut it all up for you, but how do you like it?
It's good, a little strong, but it's good.
Yes, it's a little strong. It's cocoa. I mean, and would you like to know something? Who could ever bake a cookie that has no flour? Would you like to know I won an award for that from GNC? You know what we do? It's got the protein. I have learned how to make protein work like a flour in a cookie. That cookie is baked. Let me see. Let me show them what it looks like.
So for the people who have to have a gluten-free diet,
It's gluten-free. Absolutely. All my products are gluten-free. Because so many people are allergic to it. Okay. If you don't think this was tricky, ta-da! There you go. That looks like a what? What is psychologically
a
that?
brownie almost.
It kind of tastes like a brownie, and it lingers longer. Are you tasting it in your mouth? It lingers longer. The taste isn't gone. It doesn't taste boxy. Oh, it doesn't taste boxy. It doesn't taste like sawdust, as so many of these kind of things do. It's very hearty. Okay, you guys want to pass that around? Take a chunk out of it. Each of you. Do you have cooties? No, that's what my kids are. Take a piece and pass it down. Okay. Alrighty, and let's see. Did you serve up that shake? Is it poured?
They've been self-serving.
Oh, they're self-serving. Okay, anybody that wants to self-serve that's going on this weight loss, come get these. They're poured. Well, let me taste that one. Okay. Are they shy? Did you put ice in it? See, I like it just good plain, no calories.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Strawberries.
So don't be shy. Come on up. I'm going to be putting you in groups anyway. Nobody can be shy. I'll tell you when you can be shy is when you have to go home and weigh. I do this. Oh, I strip naked. I don't even keep on my underwear. I don't even keep those on. No, I'm just kidding. But I get on like this. Who gets on the scale that way? Nobody? I'm the only one that is that big of a fool? Okay, I'll take it. Okay. Talk to the doctor. Okay, write this down. If you're going on the program, every single Tuesday you tune in to talk to the doctor. Now, it's Dr. Kennedy, the one that did the study. And that's because he experienced all the questions and all of that. You will have, let's read it, starting January 10th, which is next Tuesday. Is it because I just want to have a big long distance phone bill that I'm doing this? Why am I doing this?
To help support.
To help you. To help support you. Starting January 10th, connect to Talk to the Doctor, which is Kennedy. Call every Tuesday. You send your questions. Did you write it down? I have this, I had that, whatever. Weight loss at mxicorp.com, no later than Tuesday of the call at Dr. Kennedy. So you've got to have it there by noon. Does that say noon?
Yeah.
Okay, well that just tells you how blind I am. Okay, there it is, 6 p.m. Pacific Mountain East. Here's the phone number, write it down. You'll call in. Sometimes you'll have questions, sometimes you'll listen. You'll get a testimony from one of the Fab 50, and I'll end the call. Or somebody will, or Dr. Pedersen will end the call.
Jeanette, repeat the number. They can't see it.
You can't see the number? Okay, I'll say it. Phone number is 978-964-0031. And you punch in the code 75490. Because you have to push pound. You might have to push pound. These are all different. Okay.
Can you go back to the email?
Oh, are you asking me to go back on this computer? I hate computers. Okay, how do I do it, Rach?
Okay.
Oh. Okay, there it's weight loss at mxicorp.com. Did you get that? Weight loss at mxicorp.com. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see you all thinner and happier the next time through, because we'll be doing this symposium again. Okay. Okay. Now it's ready for Dr. Gordon Pedersen, who's gonna, this is his part. This is where you may really want to take down some serious notes. The rest of it is kind of a no-brainer, I hope. I hope you got it all. And if you didn't, guess what? In every single box of shake, there's this booklet that tells you everything I told you, okay? But Dr. Pedersen's is not that way. His is the science. I was how you do the program, and his is why did it work? Why did it work? Okay, will you please, Dr. Pedersen, I got to put some accolades up here because, you know, you were so modest, you didn't want me to put that you were a doctor, let alone all the things you've done. So I have them developing a slide that will be ready for California. Okay, here he is. Let's help welcome Dr. Gordon Pedersen.